Good evening, friends. Tonight I am going to talk about the girl power, about the scope that our daughters have in the arena of sports. If we really channelize the power, the strength of our daughters, and encourage them to take a sports as a full-time career, they can not only get government jobs, but also fame, money, and everything, status, everything that they wish, that their family might wish in their lives. Such is the power of sports. I will give a series. I will take a series and give you examples of different achievers, the athletes, the cricketers, the tennis players, the table tennis players, like we saw Ahika and Sutirtha Mukherjee, and so many unsung women heroes. And why not? The girl power, the power of our daughters will excel in sports, and it's coming up. What we should do is we shall start scouting at a very early age. And as there are area specific games, or the areas where games have a history in the past, like we can say Manipur, we have judo, we have boxing. In Haryana we count wrestling, in Punjab hockey, or in West Bengal or Goa football, in Kerala football, athletics, and so on and so forth. In Jharkhand, in Odisha, it's hockey, or it's middle distance running, and so on and so forth. There are so many area specific games. What we have to do is scouting, and we shall scout them young. We shall bring our daughters at the age of, say, 8 years into the field of sports, and from 8 to 13 years, the continuous and constant practice, that's the build up time, where we shall give them nutrition, we shall give them the track and field or the sport, the equipments that their desired sports needs, their aptitude, and practice and practice. Once, after 4 or 5 years of constant and continuous practice in the sub junior level, in the junior level, and then in the district or the state level, they excel and they might reach the national level. From national to the international level, the mental toughness, the mind game, the sports psychology also comes into the frame. And not only our daughters have to be very fit, and their skill sets have to be superb, their stamina have to be superb, but their psychology, their mental toughness, their strength shall also matter. So it's a continuous process, and in 8 to 10 years, if we encourage and push our daughters, we will find that the whole nation is changing. The power of girls in the sports, as we are saying in this 19 Hangzhou Asian Games, our women contingent is bigger than our men contingent. Of the 655 athletes that we have sent, 328 are women and 325 are men. So the women power is already there, already knocking the doors. Just we have this leap time, we have the time to take off. Let me cite an example of Jyoti Yaraji. Today itself, she won silver in the 110-meter hurdles. Just think of it. She comes from a very, very humble background in Vizag. She comes from Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. Her father, Satyanarayana, is a private security guard, and her mother, Kumari, is a domestic help. She was spotted at an early age because of her height, and in the Krishna Port High School, she was spotted by her physical education teacher, and later she was taken to Sai Center. And you won't believe that she has done so exceedingly well that in this year itself, in the year 2023, Jyoti Yaraji has 7 times, as many as 7 times, she has done below 13 seconds in the 110-meter hurdles, which is her favorite event. And when we talk about the Asian Games and the 19 Asian Games at Hangzhou, we find that her mental toughness, not only her ability but her mental toughness has been supreme. Let me cite an example. When the race started, it was clear from the visuals that the Chinese sprinter, she started earlier, and she had been fault, but the Chinese officials fault our Jyoti Yaraji. She was surprised, she was disturbed, she protested. And again there was a race, and in that race she ran so well that she secured silver medal, and one of the Chinese was disqualified. First she had got bronze, then one of the Chinese sprinters who had run earlier, who had just run before the pistol, before the whistle, she had been disqualified ultimately. So the officials will see it, and it has been a one-sided thing. Jyoti Yaraji was quite disturbed, but she still ran her best, and again she gave not her best performance. Her best performance is 12.78 seconds, but sub or below 13 seconds performance. This has been their strength. Just think of it that just 4-5 days back, this 110 meter hurdles were included in the Asian Games, and she had rushed to Hangzhou, China. And in the final race, she had been stopped by the authorities that you ran before the whistle, but the video clearly showed that it was the Chinese sprinter who started running before the whistle, and then too the race was completed, and she ran her best. This was the this was the kind of mental toughness that Jyoti Yaraji showed, and this reaped harvest as she got silver medal, first of its in the 110 meters, and she broke Anuradha Biswal's record, which was set in 2002, that was of 13.38 seconds, and she ran below 13 seconds. So she is a champion athlete, and there are so many athletes that we will talk in a series, be it a table tennis, be it badminton, be it a squash, be it running, be it shooting, be it boxing, be it wrestling. Our daughters are doing exceedingly well. In women cricket, already India has won gold medal in Hangzhou. So there are so many sports, and in a series we will talk about the girl achievers, the achievers of our daughter, the achievers of our women athlete. So we shall take example of Jyoti Yaraji as one of our icons, who has against all odds excelled in the field of sports, and today she has won silver medal in the 110 meter hurdles at Hangzhou Asian Games. Hats off to her. All Indians are proud of her achievement, and we always think that the time has come that our daughter shall choose the field of sports, and they will definitely excel in that field, and India will definitely become a sports power and make all the 142 crore population proud of our women athletes, of our women sports person, of our daughters, of our achievers. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Good night. Thanks for watching this video.